Your Excellency, thank you so much for joining CNBC.
Great to be here.
I want to ask you to address the claims that we've heard in media reports that Jeff Bezos' phone was hacked by the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. Is there any truth to that?
Absolutely not. Total nonsense.
Where does that come from?
I have no idea. This story was out almost a year ago. It was debunked, but then we rejected it completely. It was based on false allegations and unproven allegations, and people are trying to sensationalize something that is pure fiction.
Where do you think it actually comes from?
I don't know. You have to ask the people who wrote it.
Is it a discomfort with Saudi Arabia's position today? The fact that you're about to host the G20, a lot of eyes on Saudi.
I can't read people's minds, but what I do know is that it's a total fabrication, a total lie. And whoever put this out is trying to put Saudi Arabia in a bad light.
When you think about what happens next, obviously a large delegation coming here to the World Economic Forum. It's a lot of anticipation about the G20. There are concerns that the things that we've seen in the past, whether it be the Riyadh Ritz-Carlton, the death of Jamal Khashoggi, even this latest move to discredit the Crown Prince, that could derail this experience for Saudi Arabia. What's your take on that?
We have explained all the situations. The Crown Prince is leading the reform effort in Saudi Arabia and the implementation of Vision 2030 to try to reduce our dependence on oil, open up new areas for investment, focus on technology, empowering youth and women, and build a better future for our people. As a consequence of the implementation of these reforms, we have seen foreign direct investment in Saudi Arabia go up. We have seen entrepreneurs outside Saudi Arabia coming into Saudi Arabia in very large numbers in order to set up businesses in Saudi Arabia. And these are all very strong indications of the confidence that people have in the kingdom's reform plan, in the Crown Prince's Vision 2030, and in the kingdom itself.
We heard some comments on Twitter today from the foreign minister of Iran, and it seemed to suggest that he was open to a dialogue with Saudi Arabia. Where are you on that? Because I know you've been very tough in the past on Iran's negotiating tactics.
The Iranians have to show good faith. The Iranians have to change their behavior and their policies. They cannot assassinate diplomats, blow up embassies, plan terror cells.
They tried to assassinate you.
Well, that's different. I don't take it personal. They can't
How could you
give
not?
missiles to terrorist groups, and they can't attack facilities in other countries and expect the world to deal with them in a rational manner. If they want to be treated as a normal country, they should act as one.
What would it take for you to sit down with your counterparts in that country?
Change in behavior.
Do you think that we're getting there as a result of maximum pressure and the death of Qasem Soleimani?
We hope so.
What happens next, do you think, with regards to the volatility that we've seen? Obviously, the attacks on Abqaiq, unlike anything we'd ever seen prior to that. There were so many things that happened in the Persian Gulf last year. Do you believe that as a result of President Trump's actions, we're going to see a safer Middle East in 2020?
We hope so. Everybody wants to avoid escalation and war, but it's the Iranians who have been doing the escalation. They're the ones who have attacked ships. They're the ones who attacked oil facilities in the kingdom. They're the ones who launched missiles at facilities in Iraq. So whatever happened as a consequence is a consequence of Iran's aggressive behavior.
When you think about the broader region, Lebanon has just formed a government. The parliament has yet to approve that government, and a lot of questions about whether or not European nations, the United States, or Gulf countries are going to help bail them out. Is Saudi Arabia prepared to help the Lebanese get out of a financial, economic disaster?
Saudi Arabia has been one of the largest supporters of Lebanon economically over the decades. The Lebanese need to implement serious economic reforms in order to move the country forward. I believe that former Prime Minister Saad Hariri tried to do this, but was blocked at every turn by Hezbollah and its allies. And our hope is that the new government of Lebanon will be able to implement those reforms in order to extract Lebanon from its economic problems.
Do you think that Hezbollah will allow that?
Hezbollah, the world has now recognized that Hezbollah is a terrorist organization. The world has recognized that Hezbollah has been the main obstacle for any forward movement in Lebanon. The Lebanese people have recognized that, and we saw that in the demonstrations by Lebanese, including Shia, against Hezbollah for the first time in more than 36 years. People have had enough of Hezbollah. People want to have normal lives. They want to move forward. And it is my hope that Hezbollah will listen to this call and change its behavior.
Hezbollah is backing this new government. Does that mean you won't pony up when it comes to donations?
I think it's too early to talk about that. We will have to see what steps this government takes, and we will have to see how Hezbollah reacts, and we will have to consult with our allies in the international community and see what kind of a course we can chart moving forward.
Your Excellency, thank you for joining CNBC.